he's hurt.
Under a minute to go in the round. Lewis
This looks like it could be the end right here. That's it. It's over now.
Come on, Derek, you gotta do something.
And that is it. France has the UFC champion, Cyril Gan.
Hello and welcome to EuroWatch. I'm John Gooden, and this week I'm in Paris, where for the very first time the UFC stages an event in France. Cyril Gan and Tai Tuivasa headline, and it's going to be a great one. My European focus today therefore has to be on a couple of Paris residents then, and I'm going to start with the big man himself, the former interim heavyweight champion Cyril Gan. This week I've witnessed him juggle, play basketball, spar some top boxers and MMA fighters, and dance, and he did it all with a smile on his face. Bon gamin, or good kid, really is a big friendly giant. That is, until you lock yourself in the octagon with him. This headline fight for Gan is the first time we will have seen him since his failed bid to capture the undisputed heavyweight title from Ngannou. A fight which saw Ngannou offensively wrestle, which went a long way to earning him the win. I'm personally excited to see what changes Gan and his team have made, because technically he is right up there as one of the very best in the division. Sure, his wrestling is the developing part of his game, but I don't see him using that a great deal against Tuivasa. I did note a comment made by his coach Fernand Lopez about emptying the tank and being more mean. In a time when you have contenders like Pavlovich running a 4-fight knockout streak, Curtis Blades doing deadly things to his opponents, and then the awaiting return of both Stipe Miocic and John Jones, Gan might be well served to take some risks and perhaps create a highlight moment so his name is firmly in the running for title honours straight away. It still amazes me that Gan had his debut in the UFC as a 3-0 fighter. The former French Muay Thai champion then won the UFC Interim Championship 2 years later. What makes that even more incredible is that he was out for a whole year after knee surgery. In that time, we saw him with submission wins, elbow violence, smart, tactical performances, and then that stoppage over Derek Lewis. That puts him at 7-1 in the octagon coming into this bout with Tuivasa. The odds makers have him a pretty heavy favourite, but this is heavyweight fighting, and Tuivasa is deadly. Buckle up for this one, folks, as damage will certainly be done.
Oh, big elbow. It's going to be a long 30 seconds for Edmond.
Sabbaghian just is so stuck here. Such a difficult position to get out when you're tired.
Oh,
He's got to keep up. That's it.
Welcome to the rankings.
Also representing the MMA factory in Paris is the sniper, Nassourdine Imavov. I have spoken about him here on the show before, but his stock continues to rise and he has a huge fight, so I wanted to speak about him again. The thing that is becoming more apparent as Imavov climbs the rankings is the contrast we see between the man who fights violently in the octagon and then the quiet, mild-mannered gentleman that we see being interviewed. And this could become even more obvious this week. Imavov takes on Joaquin Buckley, who most definitely brings the violence on fight nights, but is certainly not the shy and retiring type. In fact, he posted a video on his socials to Imavov threatening what he will do to him, and put it in French captions too.
This your ass, right?
Imavov told the French media that he will not engage in these online activities, but he warned that it is stirring his violent nature, which we will see on fight night. We'll keep an eye on the fight week interactions between these two for sure. Now, apparently no one above Imavov in the rankings was available or wanted to fight him in Paris. He currently sits at number 12 after he impressively dispatched Edmond Sabbaghian last November at UFC 268. He was linked to a fight with Kelvin Gastelum, but visa issues got in the way. Imavov is now 11-3. He has 5 knockouts and 4 submissions, and he really is getting better all the time. He's a much improved fighter since his meeting with Phil Hawes in February 2021, and I believe he is fast becoming a legitimate threat to the top 10. As much as we say Nassourdine Imavov with a French tongue, or my best version of, you can't help but notice the fact that he has a Russian name. Imavov was in fact born and raised in Dagestan and moved to France when he was 8. He was certainly born into the hard-working sporting culture of Dagestan, but actually it was boxing, then kickboxing that grabbed his attention, alongside his brother, who also happens to be a professional fighter. Eventually he and his brother moved to Paris and decided to focus on mixed martial arts, and we have seen the results. His style befits that of a former kickboxer, but he can most certainly wrestle. It's just he chooses to go for the knockouts. A long-time member of the MMA factory, he is a training partner of Cyril Gan, but with their new facility facility, the team is growing at a fast rate, turning out high-level fighters and raising the game of fighters like Imavov in the process. He and his team believe that the pressure-forward style of Buckley could produce a spectacle of a fight. Imavov cannot believe he is getting to fight in Paris before his family and friends. In fact, he has only ever fought in Paris once before, and that was his first pro fight back in February of 2016. This fight has the makings of a fight of the night, and it's on early in the card, so make sure you tune in with good time to UFC Fight Pass. Also, Imavov is just one of a few fighters that came to the UFC via the French promotion Ares. Headed up by famed coach Fernand Lopez, they have a show this Friday airing right here on UFC Fight Pass. Make sure to tune in and spot potential future UFC stars. Thank you very much for watching. Please give it a share, it all helps, and more importantly, enjoy the fights.